What's going on YouTube? It's Aizen here, coming to you with another Let's Play episode. This is going to be episode 3, and right now I'm going to show you that we got some copper. We got our ability to make the forge. So this is something that you're going to want to do. You're going to want to make the forge first, and then you can see we got a little bit of tin. We found a pretty good tin mine. So we just went ahead and hit it and brought some back, so that way we don't have to get many later. Yeah, you're gonna need 6 copper, 10 wood, 4 coal, and 4 stone in order to make your forge. And once you make your forge, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna run up to the mine. You're gonna make sure you have at least one tin and 2 copper. You're gonna make bronze nails first, and that's gonna open you up a whole bunch of recipes. You can see on the map right now that I'm trying to find the best path towards my first copper mine, and I use my hoe. You're going to use it a lot when you're carting to level the ground, to raise the ground, to pathing. But what I do is I scout the land and try to make sure that wherever I'm going to put my path is not going to be around like any steep hills, regardless of which way it's going. So if you look at this path that I'm about to run, all I did was path it, didn't level it. You don't want to mess up the terrain just yet, especially if you get one that looks like this, because as I'm running through here, you're going to see that steep hill in front of me, and I'm like, I don't think I can get around that, so we're just going to take a right here. But you can see, mainly it's all downhill. There's nothing too steep. You can get your cart up some steep mines, or some steep hills, if you have, not a heavy cart. You got a lot of stamina, you have your power ready. Usually you always want to pop your power and then pull your cart to your area. But you can still see like this hill isn't that bad, and we're going to be coming down this hill, so I'm not too worried about it. Might be a little worried about those rocks and those bushes you can get stuck on all that, so just watch out for that. We'll get rid of that stump later. So you can see I got like a little mini crafting bench set up right next to the mine, so that way I can repair my pickaxe as soon as it starts to get depleted. I have a chest depot right there, so I will dump all of my rocks, all of my, ore at the time that I get while I'm up here mining, all the wood, anything extra, anything that we can put in the cart later, because you're going to want to keep the stone, because you're going to want to terraform probably around your base later, and it's actually pretty expensive to raise the ground. So we went and got our forge made. This is, some of the material, some of the items that you can make. We're missing a couple because we didn't get any core wood yet, so that'll unlock the bronze pickaxe, but you can kind of see some prices right now of how much everything's going to cost. I think I have a complete list of everything that you're going to need in order to upgrade or get every piece that I'm going to get in order to fight the Elder. But so yeah, we get our first bronze nails. We made 20 of them because one bronze bar makes you 20. All you need is 10 to make a cart, so technically we can make a cart right now. You need what, 20 wood? And then you can kind of just place it down wherever your crafting bench is, so you don't have to be by your base. You could go all the way up top to the mine and then drop down the cart. But I'm going to show you, that this path is pretty decent. How you're going to want to pull it. Like I said, you're going to want to pop your power. That's going to give you a lot of stamina, so that way you can pull it even closer to your mine and not have to worry about it. Like I said, whenever you're pulling the cart, if you're going uphill and your cart's loaded and you're just kind of, you're sprinting, but your guy's just walking there. If you pull the cart diagonal across your slope, your cart will move a little bit faster because you're going against the grade, so you're actually climbing up it. So let's say you're swimming out in the ocean and the tide, keeps on taking you back further out towards sea. So basically you want to swim on a grade against the current at an angle, and that'll help you beat the ocean to get closer to shore. So that's kind of like the same principle that you're going to use as with the cart. Now we're going to get rid of this stump. Since we got our cart up here, we're not worried about, you know, over encumberment issues. So we're going to go ahead and chop down some of this pine. We're going to go ahead and get our core wood. That's going to give us access to making the bronze pick. You'll be able to make the stag breaker, which you're going to want to make that for the swamp. We're going to show you later exactly what you're going to use it for, how you're going to use it, and how it's really going to make your trips and your crypts easier later. So with the stone axe, I'm doing this just so you can see how long it actually is going to take you to cut these pine trees. And then whenever we get our bronze axe, you'll see how much better it is, even just the upgrade to bronze. And it only gets better. Oh, I took out my clip. But so now we got, you know, we got a cart full. It's not everything that we need, so we're going to have to make a couple trips back. I was still trying to run some math in my head, you know, math hard. But what we're going to do is, we're going to take everything that we think is valuable. We're going to put it in the cart. We got some core wood, we got our tin, we got some copper. Killed a few deer, we got a little bit of extra, we got some stone out of it too. So what we're going to do is now we're just going to show you that this cart's not that heavy. I forgot to look at the weight, so I wouldn't exactly be able to tell you how much it weighs. But you'll actually be able to see just how easy it is to take this cart down this path that I've made. And that's the reason why, if you find something like this, you don't want to level it. You don't want to mess up your path. You might make a hill. You might dig your cart into a hole. You can get out of it, especially if you have your hoe on you. You got a little bit of wood or there's trees around you. You know, you can just make a crafting bench, switch to your hoe, raise the ground, get your cart out of a hole. If your cart is like stuck in the map kinda because you were trying to level and trying to pickaxe like something out around you, you want to level the cart behind you, and I'll show you what I mean here in a minute. But you want to level it behind you, and then you want to level the ground in front of you. When you level the ground behind you and then you level the ground in front of you, it'll make your cart kind of just pop up back on top of the ground, and you should have a smoother surface to be able to get out of a hole. And you can see me kind of how I'm moving just across like this little bit of hill. It's not super noticeable because the hill is not steep, but if you were to just do something like that, then you'll be good to go. But alright, so now that we got all this copper and this tin, what you're probably going to want to think about doing is possibly getting another charcoal kiln and another smelter set up. It's not a big deal. You can do it. It's just going to take a little bit longer. So if you raided a couple more burial dens, you got more cores, don't be afraid to go ahead and make, you know, that extra charcoal kiln and that extra smelter. It's really going to help you. And whenever it turns night and you've loaded these bad boys down, whenever you sleep, it's just going to pump out all your bars. It's going to pump out all your coal. So whenever you wake up in the morning, you're just going to have a whole bunch of bars just sitting there waiting on you. You can see we got upgrades now. We got the bronze axe. We got our bronze pick. We got a cultivator. So those are going to be some of the first 3 items that you're going to want to get, because the pick's going to help you mine faster if you forgot to get any ore. The axe is obviously going to help you chop down trees, and then you'll get access to fine wood. So you're going to want to chop down birch trees and oak trees. Those are going to be your source of fine wood. You're going to need quite a bit of it. So for all of our upgrades, I think you need 115 copper and 63 tin. This is total. This will be able to make all the upgrades that we're going to do. This should make you enough nails to make your carve, to make your cart. So you get your bow and your cart. You'll get all your weapons. We're about to go upgrade our bow. We're gonna go get some fine wood. But yeah, additional list, you're gonna need 5 extra leather scraps. You're gonna need 12 regular wood. You're gonna need 8 core wood. So that should take care of, you know, your pickaxe, your cultivator, it takes core wood. Your pickaxe takes core wood. The stag breaker takes core wood. The new bow just takes fine wood. The shield just takes regular wood. But you're gonna want to make the bronze shield too. You're gonna want to make a bronze mace and just get rid of this club. But yeah, that's about it. You can make the bronze armor. It's not going to be necessary for the Elder fight, but more than likely it's probably going to help out in the swamp. Those mobs in there are going to hit you really hard with your leather, so it could be an idea to, depending on where you're at, you might want to go ahead and go get a little bit more bronze, make some bronze armor, and just be ready for it. It all kind of depends on your comfortability in the game, where you're at right now. If you feel like you're going to take too much damage, then you don't need to, but we're going to get you all prepared for the swamp after this episode, so that way you know what you need to be farming, you know what you need to get, and it's just going to help you out whenever you walk in there, and you're going to be prepared. You're not going to have to worry about it. But right now I'm just kind of looking at the build menu too of everything that we have. The crafting, so once you make the forge, you get access to making the smith's anvils, which that takes some bronze. You can make the forge cooler, which that takes some bronze as well, I'm pretty sure. The forge and the fermenter just take straight up copper, and you're going to want to make a fermenter. You're going to want to get your bees set up. You're going to want to start producing honey, especially before you get to the swamp. And this is our new build. So I kind of updated the base. You can see clearly that I botched my build. So that's the reason why I didn't want to include anything that I was really doing yet, because we're going to do a building tips and tricks. You can kind of see what I did. You can kind of see how I botched it. So we're not going to let this happen to you. We're going to show you ground up how to build this thing. It's a simple A-frame barn dominium kind of looking thing, but it's going to give you all the storage space. It's going to give you areas to craft all your stuff safely. That way no monster is going to be running around breaking your stuff out there. Here's my skills. This is, you know, kind of where I'm sitting at when I'm getting ready to go fight the Elder. We got our cauldron made. You can kind of chimney this up. We'll include all that into the building, but right now I'm going to show you like this carrot soup, the queen's jam. These are going to be the two items possibly that you're going to want to run against the Elder whenever you're going to fight them. It's going to give you enough stamina, it's going to give you a little bit of health, but the queen's jam gives you a lot of health and a lot of stamina too, and then you're going to stack that with your meat, and you should be ready. You shouldn't have many issues. See, we got our beehive set up, we're getting our honey produced, we got our farm going, we got carrots growing. We don't have to worry about space anymore. This took a lot of wood, so another reason why too is because the Elder's second power is going to actually help you with all of this. So we're going to get that first, and then we're going to teach you guys how to get yourself set up with something like this that's going to give you enough room for everything that you need all in one spot. So hopefully that's something that you guys want to see. I'm sure that there's way better building guides. I've seen some crazy builds already. People are already doing impressive things out here. So, you know, I'm just out here just trying to help. But if you find something that's significantly better than what I got, by all means, go ahead and do that one instead. So I'm going to show you guys some portals right here. You're going to need 20 fine wood. You're going to need 10 gray dwarf eyes and 2 soldering cores. And then you'll be able to build a portal. The fun thing about portals is you only need one in your house, because you can name your teleports. So let's say I set up one here, I set up one by the Elder, and then let's say I find a swamp. Oh no, forest is moving, so we gotta watch out for that. So we're about to get sieged. We need to be prepared for this, and I'm gonna show you what you need to do to get out of this. So if you see, right now I'm kind of running out. I'm looking. I can see where my enemies are coming from, so I can determine my threat. And that's a Grey Dwarf Shaman. He'll poison you with that attack, so you gotta watch out for that. And he can also heal the mobs that are around him. He'll shoot green stuff up in the air, and whenever that happens, he's gonna heal any kind of mob that's around him that has taken damage. This could last one wave, this could last 4 waves, it could last who knows how long, to be honest, especially when you're playing solo. So pop your power, manage your stamina, and just kite around. You know which ones you need to kill, you know which ones you need to watch out for, but mainly you're just gonna get, you know, mobbed on by a bunch of Greyjoys. Just kill them slowly. Kite around the brutes. We'll show you some parry mechanics once we get all these little guys taken care of. But basically he has the ghost attack speed. So if you watch the Burial Den video, episode 2, the ghost has a pretty quick attack. You're going to want to parry, attack, attack, parry, attack, attack, parry, attack, attack. And that should do you just fine. If you just follow that rhythm, you're going to parry every attack and you're going to hit them for as most damage as you can. Yeah, so mainly you just kind of kite around, just take care of the little ones. I know I have enough arrows. I kind of stop and I kind of go to melee because I think I'm getting close to running out and I didn't want to start using the flint that is in my inventory. But you'll keep seeing it saying that the forest is moving. You're going to get a few more smaller spawns. That's the reason also too is that we left the brute alone, is because if we kill the brute, then we're going to get another one. Just like we kill the Greyjoy shaman, there's another one that's coming now. If you look on your map, you see the whole little red area. That's going to be telling you the affected area that's going to be sieged. So if you have any friends that are playing with you, you just on the protected base, help you out real quick. This is just one of the variants. There's multiple. There are 4 that I know of for sure. So there you go, parry, parry, 1, 2, parry, 1, 2. I didn't have any stamina right there, but that should have been a finish. So yeah, we still have company. We're just kind of looking around, making sure. And we got one brute down here. So same thing, you're gonna see it again. So parry. 1, 2. Parry. 1, 2. Parry. So there you go. You can kill brutes that easily too. You just don't want them to hit you. Especially if they're a 1-star, 2-star. It could get pretty hairy pretty quick. We're just trying not to get poisoned by this shaman. See right there? That's his healing. So if any of those mobs that were underneath us, he is healing 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. So he got some of the healing effect. So if you're by spawners and you have a Greyjoy spawner and enemies just keep coming out, then you're definitely going to want to kill him first. But we're going to get into spawners here in a minute whenever we get closer to the Elder, and you'll be able to see. Yeah, so we're just going to pick up some of this and then we'll be good. We're going to go ahead and get into the next part of it here in a minute. And looky what we found here. We were on our way to the Elder, and we found the swamp on the way to the Elder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to pick off some of these joggers real quick, because they drop entrails. Oh, that's a 1-star archer. And he hit me for 45. 45.8 to be exact. So if you come across this swamp on your way, just be careful. You do not want to get 2-shot by an archer. And if you try to block through them with your wooden shield, more than likely you're just going to get knocked back and you're probably still going to take some damage. Yeah, so this is really cool. This is pretty amazing. So just be careful. If this happens to you, you definitely want to run the border. You don't want to go down there. You don't want to have 2, 3, 4 skeletons, 2, 3, 4 joggers, you know, a couple blobs, an oozer, a wraith, anything like that. And look at all these 1-stars too. So you can tell right now that these guys aren't playing. You do not want this guy to hit you at all. So we're just going to take care of that guy. And we're just going to keep exploring. So you're going to see me take a stop real quick up here too, just because I need to manage my stamina and I don't want to slide down into the swamp. But I got Greyjoys coming down from up here now too. So we're just going to try to wing it. gonna kind of look around too, because there's turnip seeds in the swamp. And if we could get a hold on some turnip seeds real early and go ahead and start getting those planted and growing, that could be a huge game changer for us whenever we're going into the swamp. But so now that I got entrails too, you've seen that I unlocked a new food recipe. That's sausages. So once we make this teleporter up here by the Elder, we're definitely going to go back and make some of those for the fight. That's going to be a huge advantage against fighting the Elder early on, because you're just going to get so much more HP, so much more stamina from eating those sausages. And that's the reason too, is that I was telling you to get thistle, because it takes 4 thistle, 2 entrails, and 1 raw meat, and that should make you 4 sausages. And you make those in the cauldron too. And you see that thing swimming around? That's a leech. You're going to want to kill them. I'm not too worried about it right now, but you're going to want to definitely kill those. They drop blood bags, and those blood bags are going to be used to make the medium healing potions. Then you're going to want to hold on to some extra too. So you're going to want to farm those up, because they have an ingredient to one of like your best in slot food items at the end of the game. So we're just going to keep making our way around the swamp. We're just going to scout, make sure, you know, there's no big threats down there that's going to come up and really hurt us. Just getting some stamina back, kind of looking around for turnip seeds, looking around for enemies, just trying to be careful. You go in here and get poisoned and hit once, you're more than likely dead right now. It doesn't look like I can see any turnip seeds on the ring. I wonder what's in this house. A wraith. A wraith is in that house. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and see ourselves out of this one. We're done with that. I don't know how much he's gonna hit me for, especially wearing that. Oh, look, a burial bin too. We got a race war going on. So, what you're gonna want to do too is, since we're around the Elder, you're gonna get your portal set up. You're gonna portal back. You're gonna get rested. You're gonna sleep if you need to. You're gonna make new food. You're gonna eat. You're going to teleport back, and then you're just going to take care of the whole surrounding area. So you can kind of see that's what I'm doing right now too. I see that there's a spawner over here. If you don't have your ancient seeds yet, if you kill one of these spawners, more than likely it's going to drop an ancient seed. And that's something that you're going to need. You're going to need 3 of them in order to summon the Elder. So every time you see a spawner, while you're clearing out around the Elder, you know, you'll have your magic seeds. You should have 3 enough to summon them. But you're going to want to clear out everything around him. Just regular mobs, monument mobs, spawners, and spawner mobs. Because if you get mobbed on while you're fighting the Elder, you are not going to have a good time. Trust me, it's just not fun. If you haven't seen the boss fight, then you'll see it here in a minute. You'll know exactly what I mean. And my inventory's too full. So, stone. Yeah, so I'm just scouting up ahead real quick. I'm just looking around. I'm just trying to make sure I can find a good spot to set up a teleporter, clear out mobs, snatch up any kind of other ingredients, farmables that I see. Then we're probably going to get back to the base. We're going to get prepared. What you're going to want is, you know, you're going to want some extra food. We're going to make sausages. We're going to run Queen's Jam. And then we're probably going to run another roasted meat. So that way we can get a huge health pool and a huge stamina pool. And we're just not going to have much issue fighting the Elder or any of the mobs around it. And that's going to be another video that we're going to be bringing to you. We're going to hop on the main account and we're going to show you the timing on ranged attacks. And we're going to show you how to parry ranged attacks. Specifically archers, so your skeletons and your joggers. Especially after that one hit me for 45.8. We definitely need to either figure out, you can block it just regular. But like I said, if he is a 1-star and he shoots you, you're probably going to take some damage and get knocked back. And if you get anybody else close to you, you're going to get critted. You're going to get 1-shot just about. And we don't want that. So I'm kind of looking around here. I figured, you know, the Elder spawn would have been like right here, but it's not. we're just going to continue to run up a little bit, make sure that there's no spawners around. And you see that big brazier right there that's lit? That's going to be where you summon the Elder at. Like I said, he's got a runestone, so if you read the runestone, you'll know what you need to do. And then if you look around, just like with Eichthar, you can see that you got, you know, something there to let you know what the item looks like that you're going to want to take. So just clear this burial den. It's close to our spawner. I just didn't even see that attack, I guess. So yeah, guys, while I'm doing this, you just want to be, I think I included this in the mats earlier, but you're going to need 145 fine wood total as well. I think the forest started moving, and I kind of started freaking out, and I forgot to talk about it, but in order to make your fermenter, to make your adds for your next level of crafting bench, the portals, all of that stuff, dude, the fine wood bow, that's something I should have talked about too. Whenever you make your fine wood bow, you're going to want to upgrade that to level 3. So the reason behind this too is we're going to be ranging the Elder. We don't want our bow to break. If our bow breaks, we're going to be in a bad situation. If it does break, hopefully he's low enough health that we can go up and finish him with melee. You see me still just kiting around real quick. That brute doesn't seem to hit for a whole lot, but you just don't want to get hit by him. I'm at 55 HP. You don't want to put yourself in a bad situation. You want to take care of the spawner first, because if you don't, then you're just going to have a bad time just trying to kill everything over and over again. They're going to keep popping out 1-stars on you, like that 1-star Grey Dwarf to 1-star Brute. See, he went and healed that Brute. It's not a huge heal, but still, it's going to be something that's not going to be very good for you. We're going to kind of create some space. We're getting just a little bit too low HP. I'm going to go ahead and pop our power to manage our stamina. Yeah, I just don't want to die here. It'd be terrible to run back through all this, trying to get our stuff back. Look at that, 1, 2, 3 stars I see right there. So yeah, all those guys came out of the spawner, and I can't verify this, but the more that you attack the spawner for a longer period of time, the stronger the enemies are that come out, I think. And the reason why I say this is because if you're at the spawner and you start killing a bunch of Grey Dwarfs, eventually 1-star Grey Dwarfs are going to pop out, and then you're going to see Shamans pop out, then you're going to see like 2 Brutes pop out, and then you'll have nothing but like Brutes and Shamans popping out. That's just what it feels like to me. They just get stronger over time the more that you attack the spawner. But we're going to let some of these guys reset so that way we can take care of the spawner. We don't need to make a fire. We don't need to get arrested. We're probably about to make a portal. Find a little area that we can set up in. But it's like the same kind of build as like our first base. You want to kind of set up, you know, a little crafting table with a roof. You know, slap a 4x4 down. Put your portal in there and put a door on it, and then you don't have to worry about it no more. The mobs can't get in. They're gonna sit there and smack your door and whatnot, but they won't be able to get in. They can't break your portal. They can't break none of that. I've never had an issue. I've never came back to like a destroyed little mini that I've made. So I don't think that's something that you really have to worry about. It could be something, but I don't think you have to. And these mobs are pretty relentless. We're running a little low on arrows. We should be able to save our skin right here, but we're going to find out. We might actually go back and reset here. We got all of these mobs on us. Yeah, so this is just how you handle sieges too. This is how you handle mobs, a lot of mobs at one time. You can just kite them around. You can, like I said, you can walk kite everything in this game. So you can sit here, keep your stamina up, range down the little ones, parry the big ones. Just do whatever it is that makes you feel comfortable. You feel like you need a reset? Go reset. Feel like it's too much? Feel like your supplies are running low? Reset. So you can see that I have 1 wood arrow left, 17 flint arrows. I'm not worried about it. Just gonna let these mobs reset and not have to worry about nothing. And it's nighttime, so we're probably going to think about setting up our portal and coming back here in the daytime, so that way we don't have to deal with stamina issues later. Yeah, so basically you just want to outline just like a good circle just around your elder. Take note. Oh, look at this. This is kind of protected. I think we'll go ahead and just try to make a little mini right here. We got enough trees to protect us. We can just set up a few walls instead of a lot of walls. We're just going to chop down some of these trees. Look at that. 25.4 and 30. So yeah, it's a huge upgrade from the bronze axe, from the stone axe. And of course, as soon as you start chopping down trees and everything, you're making sound, expect the enemies to come. Same thing when you're mining the entire time, expect enemies to come. Clear your mines out of spawners, you're going to have a lot easier of a time. I probably should have included that earlier, but the mines that I had set up, I found 3 or 4 copper nodes all pretty close together, and there was no spawner around. I really didn't have like an issue with mobs for the first time ever while mining in the Black Forest. So look at that, you can even repair your fine wood bow right there on something like that. Like I said, anything that is made from the crafting table, you can make it. You can repair it for free anywhere in the map. So like I said, this just helped our survivability. If it had enough arrows or wood, I would just make more wood arrows too, and then I just wouldn't even worry about whatever else is coming at me. So like I said, this thing, if you can get down to where you can craft this pretty consistently, regularly, then you're not going to have any issues trying to run back to base, trying to get out of a situation, or like you're going to be running on low durability. It should never be an issue now, except with just your bronze, because then you'd have to carry the mats around for a forge and then pop down a forge and repair your stuff. So that's not something that's ideal. It's not something you're going to want to look for. But if you need a new axe, you could just make a stone axe. You can make whatever it is that you need to, and just, you know, continue to get the things that you need to get. So I think we're just going to utilize this tree in our base. They're pretty strong, probably stronger than the wood walls, so I'm not too worried about it. We shouldn't get any mobs in here. We'll probably use this portal too as our swamp portal, since we are right next door to it. Just going to put a door on this front too. Alright, so now you come back to your portal, you just rename it exactly to the same name as the one at your house. Give it a couple seconds, and they'll connect. And so that's also what I was talking about before we got siege and I got real excited. You only need one portal in your house. You can have as many portals as you want to out in the world. Whenever you go to the portal in your house and you're wanting to go to a new area, all you have to do is change the name to the second portal. The portal in your house will disconnect, and then it'll reconnect. Is it slower? Yes. Is it less efficient? Yes. But if you're hurting on materials early on, that's all you need. You just need one until you can go out and get more fine wood, farm more materials, do whatever it is that you need to do. And then you can set up more portals in your house. You can build up a whole portal house if you want to. Throw some signs up so that way you know where all of your portals are going. One to the swamp, one to the mountains, one to the plains, one to wherever. So these are all at your disposal. All they take is just, well, I say all they take, 20 wood, 2 cores, and 10 Greyjoy 5s. So if you get these mats right here, you know, you get your honey, you get your thistle, you get your raw meat, you get your entrails. So now I'm going to go ahead and make the sausage. This is like the final preparations for going back and fighting the Elder and clearing out around the area. So if you go to your Fermenter too, you can make some small healing potions. I'm pretty sure I'll pull up that menu here in a little bit. The thing is you need 10 honey, you need 10 raspberries, you need 10 blueberries, and you need a dandelion, I'm pretty sure. I think that's it. You probably need some thistle in there too. I'm sure you do. Probably about 4 yet again. So keep those mats on you if you're worried about the fight. you can take the healing potions. I actually don't, just because I know I'm about to kill the Elder with ranged. We're going to make fire arrows. We're going to take about 100 is definitely a safe bet. You're probably going to use about 70 to 75. So keep that in mind. It's not a real long battle, but you're going to be in for a long haul with, you know, ranging them down, even using fire arrows. You know, he's a little tough. But if you don't have an issue with mobs or anything, then you should be fine. So I'm over here just kind of comparing what you want to eat to go in. So like I said, I'm going with sausages, meat, and probably Queen's Jam. Just because I'm not going to need the stamina while fighting the Elder, I'm going to want more HP. I'm going to want my survivability instead. But that carrot soup, it only gives you 20 HP and 60 stamina versus, you know, the meat's like 60 and 40. The sausages is 80 and like 40, 80, 50, 80, 60. I can't remember. And then the Queen's Jam is like 40 HP with like 60 stamina as well. So we should have enough stamina pool, and we should have a pretty good health pool going on. I'm not going to be worried about it. The cool thing about farming too is, let's say you find those carrot seeds, you plant those carrot seeds, you get your carrots back. You can either cook those carrots, or you can put those carrots back into your garden, make more seeds. You'll get, you know, 2 to 3 seeds per 1 carrot. So that's something that you want to keep in mind as well. Is you can sit here and you can just make a huge farm to where you're getting, you know, 200 carrots on a regular, and then replant, you know, 100 of them back, and then cooking with 100. So that's something that you don't have to worry about. Same thing once you found the turnip seeds, you know, that's all you'll be able to do. Just plant the turnips, replant them, get more seeds, consistent and forever food. But yep, now we're gonna make our fire arrows. It's gonna cost resin, wood, and feathers. So hopefully you guys have been getting those feathers, you've been getting those resin, and you'll have that wood for sure. That's 100. I think I ended up making like just a little bit more. And then I'm going to show you the fermenter real quick. I don't have any disposable processable items. That's because you make your meads in the cauldron. So like I said, okay, so it's 10, 5, 10, and then 1. So you can make a few of these. You're going to want to make poison resistance for the swamp. So look at those mats, keep those in mind, and then, you know, just be prepared that that's something that you're going to need. Same thing too, be on the lookout with queen bees. If you're running around the meadows, check those abandoned houses, get you a little bee farm set up. That way you have the honey on demand, because it is expensive, but once, you know, you get 6 beehives out there, 10 beehives out there, then you're probably going to be producing too much honey. And this is a portal mess up. I think this is if you don't put the lip out in front, because see how I came out in front and then the lip of my portal is right here in the front. So if that happens, instead of holding W when you're going through, hold S, and you'll walk backwards out of the portal, and then you can just break down that portal and put it back up, and that way you can flip it around. You're going to get all your mats back. Like I said, everything still breaks down 1 to 1, even if it's expensive. So I'm going to kind of look at it. I probably can't see because it's bush, but see how that lip's in front? I'm just going to move it right here. So hopefully that is fixed now. Don't forget to set your tag. If you break something down, then you need to reset the tag on it with the portal. We're just going to make sure we're connected before we start looking for the rest of these spawners and clearing it out and getting our last magic seed, and then we're going to get into the boss fight. So now we see the spawner. We're just going to do the same thing. We're going to range it down. This is going to be our last magic seed that we know for sure, so we don't have to worry about getting any more of those. We just got to worry about killing the mobs afterwards, clearing out monuments, looking for more spawners. Because see, this thing's way too close to where our elder spawn is, and it's just going to consistently just keep dumping enemies out at you. Especially since you're making a lot of noise, the elder's going to be making a lot of noise. You just don't want to be in that situation. As soon as you start getting mobbed on, you better just run away. take care of those gray drawers, take care of whatever it is. I don't get mobbed on in the clip because of this right here. And so you'll see that my boss fight goes way smoother than it would have been if you did not come through here, did not clear out the monuments, did not clear out the spawners, anything like that. The skeletons will be attacking you, you'll have shamans spitting poison at you, you have 3 brutes chasing you. You know, you're going to be in a sketchy situation, and that's just something that we're just going to try to avoid altogether. I think I want to go make sure that this monument over here is cleared out. It looks like a skeleton one, so I'm not too worried about it. Those skeletons are probably stuck inside, they probably can't get out. Yeah, you can kind of see I'm just running around making sure that, you know, I'm not going to get mobbed on. You just want to clear out a small little perimeter around it, make sure that you're good. You see like that spawner right there hidden off in this corner. If you didn't see that, that could be bad news. So just take your time. We're not in a rush. We can always go back to base. We got our portal set up. We don't have any ore on us, so we can teleport. No bars on us, so we can teleport still. Looks like our power's ready. Hopefully we're gonna hold on to that. And that way, you're gonna want to pop your stamina power whenever you're fighting bosses, because you're gonna have to kite. You're gonna have to create distance. You're gonna have to create a lot of distance. If you get mobbed on, you're gonna want the stamina to be able to run away. Hopefully these fire arrows really hurt these gray drawers. Sure they do. But you don't want to waste them. You're going to need those for the boss. So back to the brute. Block. 1, 2. Block. 1, 2. Block. 1, 2. And you just keep that going. You can handle all these brutes now that you understand the parry mechanics, the timing. This attack is definitely quicker. I don't remember if I stated that or not. And it looks like we're almost done with our little perimeter. Hopefully there's no more spawners. We have coastline down here, so make sure that there's no trolls on the coastline. You definitely do not want one of those coming up and smacking you in the back whenever you're trying to kill the Elder. On my very first fight, that's exactly what I did. So I'm not going to worry about the mobs that are down there by the spawner. I think it's too far away, but we're going to kill the spawner though just in case. You know, I can handle the 3 or 4 that would come from this area up to where I'm going to be fighting. So yeah, we're just going to leave that alone now. But it's almost time. But all these boss fights are just epic in this game. The music's pretty sweet. Their mechanics are pretty cool on all of them. You know, it's not just, you know, 1 or 2 or 3. And we got a brute down there and a 1-star shaman. We should be able to just snipe these off. We're gonna get a better position real quick. They're a little bit close. They're definitely gonna come. It's just like that burial den that's right up there too. We'll probably come down there and take care of the skeletons around that. And I missed. Sometimes it doesn't make any sense. And look, another 1-star brute. I guess that's all exists anymore. It's just 1-star brutes. But they're not dangerous anymore. We're ready. Until you get a dwarf on you like that, that's gonna mess up all your combo. Get out of here, dude. And also for future reference, if you have a shield and you tried to block the Grey Dwarf Shaman's like poison attack, this one right here, I think it just poisons you through the wood. But if you have a bronze buckler, you should be able to block against that poison and be okay. You shouldn't get poisoned from it. Let's see, we're gonna look at this burial den, make sure, I think we've already looked at it. go ahead and one-shot this shaman. And we miss, because we're terrible at the game. See, you can see that he's healing himself now. So if you don't have any brutes that you're worried about kiting around, definitely kill those shamans pretty quick. You just don't want to be doing damage to a mob and all of a sudden it comes back and it's got health and you got yourself in a bad situation. So yep, that den's cleared out. We're back to pretty much where we started. I like how it's looking. We got 3 magic seeds, get rid of some inventory, and equip our fire arrows. So the thing is too is if you're having trouble getting mobbed on, you can run to that brazier. It's fire. Greyjoys don't like fire. So you can get here and get safe. It's just going to be a little sketchy trying to fight the elder this close. Now you're going to want to use these pillars to block his range attack. You're going to want to use that runestone to block his range attack as well. Basically you want to use his indestructible monuments to protect you. So that's this big boy. This is one of his attacks. He will summon up roots from the ground. They will smack you. So if you're close to him, he's going to be popping those up and they're going to be hitting you. And he also has a close attack. He stomps the ground. It is parryable. I don't think you get a stagger from it, but you can definitely parry him. You can block, you'll be fine. This is my preferred method, is I'm going to sit back. I'm going to use these pillar corners. I'm going to use the runestone to protect against his range attacks. And I'm going to pop my power just so I can keep my stamina. Now you can see it just consistently goes around him. So he hits me for 10. So be aware of that. His range attack hits for 10. I don't know what his stomp attack hits for. And I'm pretty sure his roots will hit you for like 10.5, 15. But they go down pretty quick too, especially if you're using an axe. But mainly you just kind of want to avoid them as you go around. You know, you just kind of circle back around, get away from the roots. Not have to worry about, you know, getting hit by those while you're trying to deal with these ranged attacks. You got a lot coming at you. It's a pretty intense second boss fight. It's pretty sweet too. So what I'm really trying to do right here is, since I'm on this hill, he has to path to you too, so you can position him around, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. I got lucky, to be honest. But now I have this whole runestone right here, and this is going to be your biggest source of protection. Look at that. Yep, see? It's indestructible, and you have all this room to work with right here. So if you get him like this, you're going to be smooth sailing from here on out. Even if he's full HP, even if he's half HP, you're almost dead. This right here, this is your moneymaker. This is your sweet spot. Just make sure you don't get mobbed on. Make sure you can get away from these roots. And then you can go back and play on that same area to where he is having pathing issues. That way you can juggle him back and forth to the same spot. So yeah, you see he's trying to path to me right now. But if I could move closer, I could run towards that runestone. Yeah, see, I'm just kind of juggling back and forth. If you move left and right, just watch the way he moves, and then you can just juggle him. You can keep him in one spot until your roots go away. Yeah, see, I'm not having an issue with a bunch of mobs coming to all this sound. It's literally just one-on-one. And that's what you're going to want. Because if you have all this mess going on with 20 Greyjoys chasing you, and not just Greyjoys, but Greyjoy brutes and shamans, it's not going to be a fun time for you. You might have to portal out. You might have to come back. And so that's the reason why we do what we do. And if you follow this guide or this Let's Play episodes, we're going to set you up for success to where you can sit here and just solo all your bosses. Or you can play with friends. You can take these tips and tricks to your friends, and you guys can just have a great time playing this game. So I didn't get back far enough and mess with this pathing, but we should be okay right here too. Maybe not. That was a little sketchy. But we got 2 pillars at a good angle for us right now, so we're protected. Yeah, guys, that's really all there is to this one too. You can just sit back and range them. Good news for our 3rd boss fight is we're gonna go in and we're gonna get real up and close personal with them. So that's something that you guys can look forward to, is that we're actually gonna have a melee boss fight too. So yeah, big 360. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna get a little Viking cheer. Then you're gonna come over here, you're gonna get his trophy, and you're gonna get a swamp key. This swamp key, you're gonna wanna keep that on your body whenever you go into the swamp. It's what you use to unlock the crypts. So this is a must-have. You have to have killed the Elder before you can really advance anymore in the game. So whenever you go in the swamps, you're gonna get access to iron. You're gonna get access to, like I said, a whole new biome set of materials. And we're gonna get all that covered for you. And now the issue is I forgot to mark my teleporter, because I marked it in the swamp where I wanted to set it up originally, and then we ran into the swamp, so we can't do that. So let me run around here real quick, try to find my teleporter. So if my TP came from there and I ran this way, I'm trying to remember which way I took around the spawners to take a look, but we'll find it here in a minute. We know it has to be close. But yeah, guys, that's about it. So there's the burial den. It was over there close to us, to the left, wasn't it? But so we're gonna have a couple new episodes coming at you. That's not gonna be with the Let's Play. Like I said, we're gonna get a little building tutorial, so that way you can get you an A-frame setup. Because now you're about to see it. The Elder's power makes your wood cutting faster. And I know that feels kind of like a letdown, but this gets to the point in the game to where you need to build a bigger house. You need more space. You need more fine wood. You're going to need all these things. So we'll show you. We'll get into that. We'll get that video posted hopefully soon. We're going to bring you a range parry mechanics video. That's going to be coming. But basically we're just going to run to the sacrificial stones. We're going to drop off our power. And that's basically going to be the end of the episode. Hopefully this video was informational on, you know, how to get your cart to your location, what you're going to do with it. I usually make that mini. I drop my cart up there by it next to the chest. That way it's not going to roll anywhere. I finish that mine and then I run around looking for a copper for 10, and then I will just run it back to the cart because my cart's actually so close. So it doesn't really bother me to run to my cart, dump all my mats, just run back to my copper mine. So if you've mapped everything right, you put your markers down, you know where you're going, this shouldn't be a waste of time. You should be right on point. You should be able to get all of your bars really quick, you know, get your upgrades, defend against sieges, you know, do exactly what we did in this episode. Increase your survivability, make yourself better, make yourself stronger, get better food, more stamina, more health. So we're going to come to you. We're going to go ahead and end this audio. Do the big 3. I appreciate you guys, you know, watching, spending your time. Comment, telling me what you want to see, what you think about the video. You know, playing Valheim. It's fun. So I'll catch you guys later. And peace. Have a good night.